So, I have to say this. Earlier, I never had a table nor a cup. But the director has decided, because Arsenal cannot stay on top of the table, Shatter must have a table. Because you cannot win any cup, Shatter must have a cup. Ni sawa tu, haina shida. Welcome to Monday Blitz, TV47. Remember, this is what we do each and every Monday morning kuanzia 8 a.m. And of course, I don't do this alone. Niko na mtu anajiitaga Twiga, aka sura mbaya roho safi, Fred Arocho. Wagwan.
Yeah, I'm glad to be here.
Yes.
And unfortunately, I don't know if it's fortunately or unfortunately,
yes.
Mutiso has decided
now Mutiso is coming
to disappear. How come today is the only day that Mutiso is not on the set? But all said and done, I'm happy that I'm now being vindicated.
Yes.
I said this when the league was beginning, that Arsenal can never win the league. Not even this season, not next season, because I'm seeing City coming back. Lovely weekend.
KK.
Yes.
Mambo.
Good morning.
How was the weekend?
My weekend was super good. Exciting one. Of course, we had sporty activities.
Yes.
And as we said last week, Arsenal is not winning the league, and so it is. It was confirmed yesterday. Yes. Unless you think there's a way you still can win it. I would love to hear from you, by the way. The last time we were here, you assured me that Arsenal is winning the league. I don't know, even up to now, you still think that way?
Until it is not mathematically possible. Until it is not mathematically possible, we still believe. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, of course, we want you to be part of this show. Na ndio maana tunakuulizaga swali moja amazing tukianza show, ndio pia wewe uchangie. And the question of the day today, tunakuuliza, do you think Liverpool is going to slow down? Do you think there's a way that Liverpool is going to slow down? Can they slow down? Ama can Arsenal catch up because they have left the work, all of the work to Arsenal? Now, do you think Arsenal can catch up with Liverpool? Remember, SMS number is 22047. Ukitaka kujiachilia hapa kwenye Facebook is TV47 Kenya. If it is on X, pia unajiachilia kwenye X. Jipeleke na rada. Swali tunakuuliza is, do you think Liverpool can slow down? Ama wapewe kikombe saa hii? We start thinking of pre-season and next season. Kwenye X, it's at TV47. Jiachilia hapo pia kwenye www.tv47.digital unatupata. All right. And later on, we shall be having an interview. Tutataka kudiscuss mambo ya Ingwe because kura Ingwe iko karibu inakuja. So kama wewe ni mtu wa Ingwe, unajua wewe ni mtu wa Leopard, mulishinda kikombe 1998 mara ya mwisho, but you still believe yourselves to be giants, you don't miss this show. All right? Tutakuwa na Olympia Musonye tukiongea naye kuhusu mambo Ingwe na kura Ingwe and the way forward for AFC Leopards, because clearly fans wa AFC Leopards wanajitumaga sana and they deserve better. They deserve to be in title contention conversations. They deserve to be among the big teams conversations, because currently saa hii tunaona team inaitwa Torebore inataka kufunika AFC Leopards na Gor Mahia. What way forward? All right? Sasa watu wa Arsenal wapendi kuongelewa kama wamenyamaza. They show up. And now because Arocho had said Mutiso ameogopa kuja set, Mutiso is here. Karibu sana Muti.
Thank you very much.
Arocho amekuingilia sana.
Najua.
Amesema umeogopa kushow up because Arsenal is not showing up in games.
No, you know, yesterday what happened was the last kicks of a dying horse. And Manu are really proud of that draw.
Yes.
Manu have drawn with Arsenal the last two games twice. They've drawn twice in the last two games. And it's really given Manu a huge impetus. They're really proud of themselves because they are drawing with the title contenders while they are fighting for relegation. Imagine. So I understand them. It was a Herculean task of what they did, getting a draw from title contenders Arsenal. But it was a good game. Manu really showed up. But then again, I've been telling you about the formation of Manchester United, the 3-4-3. It really works when they're playing with big teams. And it showed yesterday. If it wasn't the heroics of the goalkeeper David Raya, then Manchester United would have beaten Arsenal yesterday.
All right. I do think it's because Manchester United was anti-football yesterday. That low block was doubled down. If you can say a low block squared, that is what they they deployed. But before we get to that, allow me to tell you something amazing about Bet Power, because Bet Power has launched the Aviator Jackpot, giving players a chance to win 1 million Kenyan shillings every week. And even better, now players stand a chance to win the mega jackpot of 35 million Kenyan shillings by betting with as little as 1 shilling. All right? And all you have to do is visit betpower.co.ke, spelled out as betpawa.co.ke, to start playing and winning big. And remember, betting is for 18 years and above. Play responsibly. By the way, Arocho, have you ever heard of an Aviator jackpot?
Well, I'm so glad. You know, I'm an Aviator fan. I do a lot of Aviator.
Rubani.
And this is the very first time in the history of betting in Kenya that we have a jackpot.
Yes.
That means within seconds, you can be a millionaire.
Yeah, man.
And I think this is going to revolutionize the betting space in Kenya.
True that. Amazingness. All right, Keretu Kene. Do we go with Keretu Kene or Janet?
Double K.
Double K.
Simple.
Perfect.
Yes.
Double K. What do you think went wrong for Arsenal? Or what went right for Manchester United in that game?
You know, we have been saying it time and time again, and because that is the problem, I guess I will repeat the same. You know, Arsenal is one of the top teams in the EPL. That one is for sure. But there's one thing that they lack, and themselves they know it. They lack the strikers. As you can see yesterday's game, Raya was top notch. Look at Arsenal's defenders. You know, they have got the best partnership in defense. Their midfield, come on, look at Thomas Partey. Immediately he was subbed off. We could see there is a difference, by the way. And if Arteta did not see Raya on pitch what he was doing, he definitely noticed when he was off pitch, because immediately he went off, we could see that Manchester United were getting the balls through the midfield, and of course they were close to scoring if not for Raya. So I just believe and think that if Arsenal would finally decide to sign a striker, they can go ahead and win the league. And it's not only a striker, a clinical one, because come on, you cannot depend on Mikel Merino to score goals for you. And look at this shatter. The first time we are seeing Mikel Merino as a striker is because he's just, the other game he scored 2 goals. Immediately he scored those 2 goals, Arteta felt like, now we can use this as our striker. And I don't blame him for sure, because he does not have options. And come on, another thing that Arsenal is lacking, they are definitely lacking Saka. You know, Saka has been out. Gabriel Jesus this season, we have not seen much of him actually from the time he came from Manchester City. He's yet to show up for Arsenal. At the same time, Kai Havertz is out. So those 3 front players are affecting Arsenal. But as a top club, you cannot say that we are not performing because of this and this. They should up their game. That is, if at all they want to win. And I saw Arteta being asked if at all they are winning the Premier League. You know, the last time he said that over his dead body we cannot lose. But right now, even himself, he has seen that it has went, it has gone. And looking at Manchester United, I can say that Manchester United against big teams for sure. It wasn't a surprise though. Me, I was expecting a draw, and that was it. And I think Manchester United on their side, if there is a team that can say right now, we can say that it can perform better, it's Manchester United. But looking at Amorim and his tactics, of course, tukiongea about strikers wa Manchester United, something has to be done. Because you can't tell me Manchester United, such a big club, they are waiting for Rasmus Højlund to do something about it. And he came on, he's getting his chances, he's not scoring. Come on, he has scored 2 goals this season. Striker number 9, you know, that is very serious. And come on, look at Joshua Zirkzee as well. Even him, he's not scoring goals. Garnacho is a good player, by the way. He has been on and off. Yesterday's game, he was so good. But look at the previous games. He has been missing it. So I can say Manchester United, we just have to give Amorim time. Now, he said that he wants to make some changes. I believe that if he's given time, he's a good coach.
True.
And he makes his afanye venye anataka kufanya with the team. I think Manchester United can stand well. Looking at how things are, they are closer to relegation than they are to the top of the table.
And talking about Mikel Merino, I'm wondering, she's talking about Mikel Merino.
will come to you.
I need to
We'll come
She's
to
talking
you.
about-
We will respond.
I need to
Hold it.
respond.
So that you can
KK.
respond to
I
them.
need to respond.
KK is talking about Joshua's, he's talking about Mikel Merino, is not the man to take us forward, but he has more goals than their strikers, Zaxi and also Holland.
Come on,
He has 4 goals
as a
in the
matter of
league.
fact,
All right.
you
Let me
see,
ask Mutiso. She says, let's give Amorim time.
What time?
Arteta has been given time. All right? We've still not seen the results. Yes, we've seen the project. We've believed in it, but the project is not yielding results. It's 6 years down the project. So the question lingers, is this the manager to give us the trophies?
He's still the manager to give Arsenal the trophies. Everyone has seen what he has done. When you look at the record versus the top 6 team, the traditional top 6 team, you can see Arocho making gestures, but he knows the point I'm about to push forward is something valid. Because when you look at our record in the top 6 before Mikel Arteta came, it was dismal. Whenever we used to meet Manchester City, it was 3 goals and above. Whenever we used to meet Liverpool, home, away, neutral, 3 goals and above. Manchester United, anytime we are on form and Manchester United is not on form, they will always find a way to beat us. Remember when Rashford was unveiled in the Premier League? Arsenal was on top form. Arsenal was gunning for the league. But Rashford brought Arsenal down to earth with that debut goal when he was 17 years. Yes. So right now, when you look at Arsenal's record, in the last 18 matches versus the top 6, we are unbeaten.
Yes.
So that's a huge thing. You cannot take that. You cannot take that fact away. Yes. Remember how Arsenal's defense was. Everyone was talking about how porous Arsenal defense is. Right now, Mikel Arteta came in and showed up that defense. We have the best defense in Europe right now. When you look at the midfield.
Okay.
I need to respond.
When you look at the midfield, there's a time everyone was talking about Arsenal not having a spine ever since the likes of Vieira moved from Arsenal, that Arsenal does not have a spine, that Arsenal does not have character. But right now, you can see Arsenal has character. Arsenal has a spine. Arsenal does not have a porous defense. Our only Achilles heels is our striking. And everyone can see it. The board can see it. Mikel knows it. I mean, yesterday, if we only had a striker like Nasi Pwondi, the one who scored against Uganda, the Harambee Starlets, I mean, he cut away from the defense and scored a 1v1. So, if we had a potent striker yesterday, I believe we would have won that game also. When you look at the statistics, Man U had 32% possession with Arsenal 68% possession. 17 attempts towards goal for Arsenal with 6 on target. Man U had 10 attempts with 6 on target. So you see, if yesterday Arsenal was more clinical, would have won the game. But Man U, when you look at the attempts that Man U had, they had clear-cut chances, better chances than what Arsenal had. And that is where we failed.
Arocho, you had a chance to go to the 13th position.
But I have to respond. No,
you dropped
it will not go without being there. I cannot.
Give me your question as you respond. Answer the question too. You had an opportunity to go to number 13.
What Mutiso is saying.
You're wondering.
Mutiso is using very big numbers.
Yes. Those are facts and figures.
To what effect? He's talking about a spine. Where does a team take a spine? He's talking about character. Where does a team take character? Teams perform only when they win trophies. When he's talking about the most shots on goal yesterday, what is he talking about? You know, Mutiso at times talks as if he never kicked a ball.
You're arguing with statistics.
You argue with statistics.
You can't argue with stats.
We argue with results.
At the end of the day,
yesterday.
Nowadays, football is all about statistics.
No.
Okay.
They don't have
statistics.
Okay.
The point I'm trying to bring out here is this. Arsenal, all said and done, yesterday never appeared in that match, if you ask me. It was Manchester United versus David Raya. The goalkeeper helped Arsenal in all aspects.
Then how did it end up? How did Declan Rice end up?
How does the match help?
Okay,
how was Declan Rice man of the match if Arsenal wasn't anywhere to be seen?
Declan Rice was the man of the match because the turning point, if you saw what Hooliganism did, that was the turning point for that match.
Did you see his heat map?
Okay.
Declan Rice was all over the pitch.
Yes, but
dominated the game.
Look at the fact that Declan Rice came and saved Arsenal when Hooliganism was still sleeping on his job. But I also want to pick something that KK has said. You know, guys, let's just talk about results.
Why?
I normally
talk about the process.
I normally don't.
What about the performance?
I normally don't talk about how many shots on goal we had.
You can talk about
because
performance.
Ultimately, what
not necessarily
matters,
the results.
Ultimately, what matters in soccer is how many goals you scored. Now, yesterday, there's some fact that I've been grappling my mind with. Do you know that Manchester United, the last time Manchester United in a league match, lost when they were on top in the first half, was in 1984, when they were playing Ipswich, when they lost 2-1, having led in the first half in the league.
Yes.
The moment that Manchester United were leading in the first half, chances of Manchester United winning that matches were very high. But I think there's character deficiency at Manchester United. I don't know why that Hooliganism player is still playing at Manchester United. When you look at the kind of strikers that United have had, you wonder why this player is still playing. I wonder why Manchester United had to drop Rashford for this. You know, you cannot be having 3 clear chances. The last 15 minutes, you have 3 clear chances and you've not scored. And yet you still call yourself. And that's why I feel that United these days deal with mediocre players. You understand? But having said all that...
No, that is what Mikel Arteta went to Arsenal and did away with the mediocrity that you're talking about right now at Arsenal. He moved away, he removed the rot that was affecting Arsenal. When you look at the wage bill, it was inflated. And he reduced that wage bill. It didn't matter who you were.
So he's a businessman?
No, he's not a businessman. He turned the fortunes of Arsenal around. Right now, Arsenal is not operating on negative balance like Manchester United. Arsenal right now is making profits. The wage bill for Arsenal is one of the lowest in the EPL. And it's because of Mikel Arteta.
Unfortunately, what you're saying, Mutiso, is what we call metrics of vanity.
Thank you very much.
The biggest result that profit Arsenal can ever give its fans is a trophy.
It's a trophy.
All right?
All said and done.
Let's talk about Man City. Man City are clearly ending the season without a trophy, but as it is, the way they are playing, they could also end outside the Champions League slots.
How is it ending without a trophy and the FA is still there, you know? You can never rule out Manchester City, by the way, and there is something that is happening. Recently, people have been underrating Manchester City. All I can say is that the team is undergoing a lot of change. And if you look at Manchester City, their dominance was because of one thing. They had a consistency in the squad. You see, over the years with Pep Guardiola, he has always maintained his players. We have not seen Manchester City make a lot of signings over the years, which we are seeing right now. And I think that is one thing that is affecting Manchester City's style of play. But the loss against Nottingham Forest, come on. We cannot say that Nottingham Forest is position 3 out of luck. That team is doing a lot of work, you know. They are putting in hard work and it's paying off, we can see. So Manchester City losing against Nottingham Forest, it wasn't something that many were expecting, but that is the results. At the end of the day, Manchester City played like Arsenal, a lot of possession, but with the nothing. What do you have to show for the possession you're having, you know? And talking about Erling Haaland, he's one of the top strikers we have in the EPL. But there are some times that he loses a lot of balls. He got so many chances and he didn't convert, you see. I think Manchester City, all I can say is that with the signings that they have made, the next season is what we will have to wait for Manchester City, and which I believe they are still, come next season, they can win the league. Because looking at people like Arsenal, if they don't do something about it, and by the way, let me add on something talking about Arsenal, what you have said.
All right.
Mikel Arteta is a very good coach.
Okay.
But what does he have to show for it? Where is the trophy?
Thank you.
One FA Cup and
thank you.
Wait a minute.
Yes, I have to come back here.
Let me finish
One
that.
FA Cup and two Charity Shield.
Okay.
Arteta said that every player can score in Arsenal. Now, don't try saying that we need a striker. That is what he said. That is what your coach said. That I don't depend on one person to score. All my players are capable of scoring. So, coming back to Manchester City, I just believe that this season is just not their season, but they still have a shot with the FA, so we cannot rule out Manchester City for not winning anything this season.
Well, all right. Thank you very much. now that she has mentioned Haaland, I think we need also to start talking about Mo Salah. I think Mo Salah has a conversation in Ballon d'Or right now. If it does not go to him, clearly we know there's an issue here. They rigged it last season for Vinicius. They didn't give it to him. If they don't give it to Mo Salah right now, because I don't think there's any player that is performing like Mo Salah worldwide.
I think he's the best player in the world currently, if we're going by statistics and also play and the influence he has on matches. And this season, Liverpool have been very lucky having him fit throughout the season. And I believe that the play around Liverpool has been centered around Salah. The team has been built around him. So you'd find that Salah doesn't even have a lot of responsibilities. He doesn't even track back with the fullback. He just stays and hugs the line, and the ball will get to him. And whenever the ball gets to him, there's something special that will happen, and that is Mo Salah to you. Perfect. And being in the conversation of the Ballon d'Or, I mean, who else can better him this season? Who else has been making news this season? Who else has had most numbers ahead of him? And right now, Liverpool are still on course for a treble. And well, if all goes well against PSG, of which is a game I think they were hanging by a thread last week when they faced 24 shots. And the heroics of Alisson made them hang on to the game and won the game right at the end. I think that shows a lot of character, and you can see the way Liverpool have been getting away with so much. Whenever we think that Liverpool are going to drop points and people take advantage, they are not doing that. And well, their season is panning out to be very good, and let's see if they can cross the last hurdle.
All right, now you have to bring it home. But before we bring it home, allow me to remind you about Bet Power, because Bet Power has launched the Aviator Jackpot, giving players a chance to win 1 million every week. And even better players stand a chance to win the mega jackpot of 35 million Kenyan shillings by betting with as little as 1 shilling. And as Arocho had told you, this is the first ever Aviator Jackpot. All right, and to play, it's very simple. You visit betpower.co.ke, spelled SBETPAWA.co.ke. Start playing and winning big. And remember, betting is for 18 years and above, and play responsibly. All right? More fire. Okay, Arocho, switch gears to Junior Starlets. All right? Walienda Uganda, and they did us proud.
I'm seeing us qualifying once again for the World Cup in Morocco. I visited the ladies just hours before they flew out to Uganda, and there was a lot of morale in that team. It's a team that I'm expecting to perform better than the team that went to Dominican Republic. Reason because I'm seeing younger players in that team. I'm seeing more energetic players in that team, in that they really yearn for success. So basically, if you ask me, the return match in Nairobi will just be a formality. Then, of course, we'll move to the next round, and ultimately the team will qualify for Morocco. Though I think that this region, the East African region, is somehow underprivileged as far as the age category is concerned, because the team, I remember Zambia was represented us in Dominican, in the central region, and Kenya from this region. I think CAF needs to relook into how the qualifications are done, because we most likely will be producing the weaker team that qualifies from Africa. But I'm not taking away the success that was achieved in Kampala, and I believe that the sky is the limit for these ladies.
All right, Double K, Arocho says the Uganda game will be a formality. After that, I think we play Ethiopia or Cameroon.
Yeah. I
qualify.
I believe, actually, after watching that game, that was such a beautiful game. You can't believe those girls are under 17. It was so good, and I can say that the future of Kenyan football, especially in women, is very bright. But I think that our team, given the experience they got on their World Cup last year, it has come as a boost, and so much our girls have prepared. They prepared very well before facing Uganda. So I just feel like when they come here in Kenya, there's no way they are going to beat us. There's just no way. With the experience that the team has, of course, we are going to qualify. It's simple as that. And we are all behind our girls, and we know that they are capable and they can do it. Come on, this time our ladies are representing us well. Look at what our main team is doing, the Harambee Starlets. It's just so good. And all I can say is that we are with them in every step of the way. Amazing. Yeah.
It is so.
Whatever Mildred Cheche is doing is just magical. And right now she's making our hearts grow fonder. And I can attest to what KK is saying, that the girls are our hopes right now with the senior team who are being, whose custodian is Beldino Demba, and they are doing right now. They are doing very good right now. If we beat Gambia, then we qualify. When we beat Uganda, we also go to the next stage. So the girls are doing very well. What Mildred Cheche is doing is just exemplary. It's exceptional. And if she does it again and take these girls to the World Cup, we had a very bad record against Uganda. I think the last 3 matches we soaked in 13 goals. We lost 5-0, then 5-1, and then 3 goals to 1. That is way back in 2020 and since 2018. So getting that shocking Uganda at their own place, I think it was a huge win for Mildred Cheche. And coming back to Kenya, it will be a formality. But you know, anything can happen in football. So you just need to lock up the game when they come here. We need to prove to them that it was no fluke winning in Uganda. And right now you can see the atmosphere in football in Kenya right now. It's rising, and it's because of the positivity that the Team Fresh has brought in, the fresh start. And you can see everyone is embracing the kind of football right now that we're playing. When you look at the fans, they're starting to stream back to the stadiums. When you go to Dandora, the stadium is always full whenever there's a game at the weekend. So there's a lot of positivity in the Kenyan football right now, and I really hope that the men's team also, their game also rises up and take note of what our sisters are doing. And which Coach Benny McCarthy, I wasn't here last week to talk about him, but I think what he has achieved at Amazulu, at Cape Town City, at Manchester United, he made Rashford score over around 30 goals. I think he's, and right now we're trusting on one of our own here in Africa. And I just wish him the best. I know what he's capable of doing, but the big question is, does he have the personnel to take us to the next hurdle? That's the big question. Perfect.
Now, Rocho, this one is actually a beautiful one because we said we are going to have an interview with Olympia Musonye about AFC Leopards. I want us to talk about the Football Kenya Federation Cup, a recap of what happened, and I want us to focus on the AFC Leopards game. What happened? Your take on that?
Well, I'll be hard on the fans. I think time has come that police also need to operate as police. In our stadiums, police operate like stewards. Why am I saying so? I've never seen anybody being arrested in our stadiums. People create chaos, people destroy properties, but I've never seen anybody being arrested in a stadium. I'm challenging our police that a crime committed in a stadium is like any other crime committed elsewhere. When somebody invades the pitch and starts attacking the referee, this is somebody who should be arrested. Let's start from there. Why are policemen not arresting people in stadiums? People who create chaos. Secondly, the clubs. Though I think that the clubs are somehow handicapped, our clubs don't have that that power or the know-how or the technique to manage our funds. I think it comes back to the federation, and time has come that the federation needs to have a sitting, have some sort of a dialogue with, or even a seminar with the clubs to try and empower them as far as crowd control is concerned. And of course, it's an individual initiative. When you go to a stadium, you feel the referee has not done the right thing, surely. Why do you invade the pitch? I was so much disappointed over the weekend when people invaded the pitch in Kisumu. So for me, the police must work, the clubs must work, and of course the federation must stamp his authority.
All right, you do mention the fans. You say you'll be hard on the fans, but imagine officials now, because from what we saw, it was the officials that went on the pitch first from Mara.
That is so,
that
is so easy.
About the penalty, you know, if we are to double down on the fans, then for the officials it has to be thrice.
Shatter.
The punishment on the officials has to be more.
Shatter, that is very easy. When the technical bench invades a pitch, it is very easy. The federation needs to clamp its authority.
Exactly.
First and foremost, if there was an official from either AFC Leopards or Mara who went to the pitch, that official should be suspended for at least 3 months, if you ask me. You know,
I think in 3 months you're being lenient. If an official walks into the pitch
and attacks the referee,
more than 1 year,
they should go. I think that they should, and you know,
because they are supposed to be setting example.
I think
for the
there's something similar that happened in France when coach of Lyon, Paulo Fonseca, he went and confronted the referee and even placed his head on his face, and he was given a 9-month ban.
That is what should happen
from all footballing activities.
We should start with the technical bench. Whoever went into the pitch, give them 9 months.
All right.
Move to the fans. The policeman should arrest. Once again, I'm saying it. Why don't you arrest?
I think they should have clear guidelines and policies in tackling these things.
All right. Sawa, because of time, took on a guest. We said, as we had promised you earlier on, we shall be talking to Olympia Muhanga Musonye, who is the AFC Leopards U45 branch chairman. Tulikuwa tuongee mambo ya AFC Leopards because kumbuka elections ya AFC Leopards zinakuja. We've had a lot of issues na mafans pia. We've had a lot of promises that come for very many years. We say in quotes that FC Leopards is a fallen giant, and everyone that comes wants to bring FC Leopards to its former glory. And now, karibu sana Olympia.
Thank you, Bwana Shatta.
Yes.
Na Arocho and your team. I think I'm so glad to be here today and to appreciate the role you're playing as TV47 to highlight football issues in the country.
Yes.
Yes.
All right, so tell me your journey with AFC Leopards. Where does it begin?
My journey in AFC Leopards started a long time ago when I was 8 years old. That's when I started knowing AFC Leopards as a team, and I fell in love with it. That was in 1998 when we won the league last time. So I followed AFC Leopards, and it had a very good team. From there, personally, I've had nothing good to say about AFC Leopards until now. And from that experience, I think there's a problem.
Yes.
And that's why we are accepting that AFC Leopards fans and Olympia, there is a problem in AFC Leopards, and we have to see how we handle that problem. Yes.
What is this problem you're talking about?
The problem in AFC Leopards, it's a huge problem because it runs across all the dimensions, 5 units of management of AFC Leopards. We have the fans, we have the technical team, we have the playing unit, we have the management, that's the board, and then we have the investor or the sponsor. Now we call him sponsor. Yeah, all those units, there is a particular problem, and I think from that perspective, if we start from at the management level, I think AFC Leopards has a problem with management level because the way we approach our management as a club, it's a system that cannot really ensure we perform on the highest level because the board that we always elect, there are no good structures. Like the board as a management runs the executive or the what we call the management. You know, the board should not be dealing with what the management should be doing, the executive. So there's that mixture of very many issues that makes it we can't know who is doing what and what's being done in the rightful way. That's why we are saying from that management level, there's a big problem that we have to fix. And as we move forward, this month we are going to have an AGM where we are going to decide on the corporate aspect, the different management model of AFC Leopards. And I think anybody young or younger than me or a bit older than me should be able to know that AFC Leopards needs to have a different model of management in order to move things in a different way. Because from the way we are moving, the way we are operating, if there's any candidate or any fan who wants to say that we are doing well, then we have to look at the way we manage our football. And then second, we have the issue of fans. We have not been engaging our fans very well because as a team, we've not embraced our fans because our brand, our marketing level is very low. And then the way we engage fans, we've never been able to show fans that we can give them something back. So one of the issues that we must have match day events or match day issues that we make sure that fans enjoy our match day events so that they feel that the team appreciate whom they are. Like when we were doing, before Mashemeji Derby, my branch had organized for a physiotherapist to come and do some physiotherapy to fans, for those who are going to attend, as an appreciation to our fans. And then also as a branch, we've worked on several issues. We've awarded loyal fans through our gala last year. So we must be able to appreciate fans. And through our proposed corporate model, as a person, I think is good because through our circle, the circle that's being proposed in that model, the circle is going to give back fans what they want. Through benevolent, you are able to handle fans, you are able to assist fans during bereavement, you can give them support and other things. And then through investment, fans are able to get back or get dividends, get profits. They can invest in the team and see their money giving something on top of what they are doing, instead of just giving registration and then there's nothing back to the fans. And then I think to continue on the other level of investor, I think our brand management and our digital management is a bit low. So our investors are not interested into investing huge sums, the way we see in South Africa or Morocco. Investors putting huge sums of money like Vodafone into a team and assisting the team to grow and manage its finances. Because our brand management is a bit low. We have to invest in our digital market and our brand management so that we have a huge following, the way Simba of Tanzania. Because if you see in the statistics, Simba of Tanzania ranks number 3 when it comes to Facebook and Instagram following. And that's why you see SportPesa can give them more money than what Betika is giving AFC. Yanga is on the same level. You look at those teams, we need to increase our brand management. And that's a simple thing. I know Shatta and Arocho. That's something we can sit down and decide, have a digital market team, and we make sure that we give the young generation what they want. Instead of following Europe football and other things, they'll have something of interest to do with our local football. Thank you.
There's something you've mentioned about the circle. Allow me to take you back to it.
Yes.
How do you ensure this circle works and does not become another white elephant? Because we've heard of projects from different teams, you know, but at the end of it all, they don't come to fruition.
There was the Gor circle.
Yeah, thank you very much for that. I think the structure that has been proposed through the circle, the management of the circle, because we are going to have a 3-tier kind of model where we have the circle that's going to be the vehicle which fans are going to invest their money and get returns and get profits through that. And then we are going to have the investor who is going to come and invest in the team. And then we are going to have AFC Leopards Holding Limited. That's going to be the holding company that's going to control the circle and control also the investment. So through this circle, the members are going to elect directors who are going to sit on the board. And the members are going to have the power to call and also remove these directors when it's necessary. And then also the circles are always managed and audited on a yearly basis. So through that, we are going to have at least a clear structure of management as opposed to what we're having now, where nobody can hold the board, which is an oversight. It's able to come up with oversight, but at the same time, is running what you call secretarial nini. So we are going to have a very clear tier of management. So I think through elected members, directors, and audits and controls that are done on cooperatives and circles, we are going to be able to make sure that our money is well controlled and managed. Yes.
Archie, do you have a question?
No, personally, I think the corporate idea is misplaced at FC Leopards. It's misplaced because ask yourself, how many teams in Africa have gone corporate? And what are the what will be the difference between the current kind of structure and what they're proposing? For me, FC Leopards should work on their fans first, their fan base. When you talk about Simba has worked very well on their fan base. You cannot start from the top and expect things to work, and more so with the kind of structures that we have. The corporate idea they have, for me, is way fetched. I don't think it's placed anywhere. What FC Leopards, once again, I'm reiterating my point. FC Leopards needs to work on their fan base. And when he talks about benevolent, I think they're missing the mark. This is a football club. This is not a welfare kind of an organization. Because once you start bringing in the benevolent and all that within the football system, yes, when you do that for the players, well and good. But when you start bringing in fans, my personal opinion is that you're going to lose the mark. You need to remember that the primary role of a fan is to support the team.
All right.
Morally,
I think.
And with your fans. He's talking about the registration. How much do they pay per year? Let's say it's 1,000 bob. That is no investment. Yes. You cannot claim that you're a fan by just investing 1,000 bob every year. When you zero that thing down to a day, how much do you give to that team? So basically, they need to look at how they're investing their money and their time in the club, and they should go direct to the club. Let's not start the side shows of benevolence, of funds and all that.
All right.
You'll miss the mark.
Olympia, yes. I know you have a PhD in project management, and clearly the questions Arocho is raising lay squarely on management of a project. Yes. How will you tackle the questions Arocho is bringing up?
I think one thing, I think Arocho is not a fan of FC Leopards. So we play with them. We play.
Now that's where they go wrong.
Yes, we play with him in the KSG sometimes. Yes. But as a fan of FC Leopards, I've interacted with the FC Leopards. The biggest, I'll invite Arocho even this weekend. Yes. The biggest issue that brings FC Leopards together first is contribution where there's problems. That's what creates our branches. So yes. You see, as a project manager, you have to start looking at first what brings the stakeholder together. And then from that stakeholder, what brings them together, you build up what Arocho now is saying. We build up now investment, because you must start from somewhere. Yes. These people, this is what they want. They are coming in this circle. The circle is going to take care of their interest and the club's interest at the same time. So we can't tell them, dismantle all your branches, and then we are not going to be careful about other things, because an example of the biggest also circle in this country, I'll not mention it, but if you search on it, you'll get that this Nini has benevolent. And that's one of the main things that makes people to join the circle. You must have the magnet that brings people so that they can join and invest in it. If you don't have what they like, then you will be doing you'll attract people like me, maybe Shatta, maybe Arocho. Lakini the biggest fan base of FC Leopards, they'll not be able to join the circle. Yes. And then that's why I'm telling also that AFC Leopards, if we are saying that AFC Leopards doesn't need the going corporate way. Since 1998, and then since 2013, we've used this model that's there. Then it means there's a problem. We can't say we should continue the way we are. If we are not winning trophies, we have to make something, tweak something so that we be able to move. What's the problem of trying something if it's not working? Unless fans want to tell me, or Arocho wants to tell me, because he's not a fan of FC Leopards, maybe he's liking it when we are not winning.
How will my question, how will the SACCO, how will the going corporate bring trophies? That's what I want to hear.
Okay. Now,
before you answer that one, Mutiso, you had a question. Uliza ndo ajibu zote.
You know, I know one of the main things affecting FC Leopards is more off the pitch than on the pitch. Because when you look at FC Leopards right now, they have a very good chance of winning the title. They're only 7 points off the #1 team, and they have a game at hand, and they will be nearer. And when you look at the top 4 teams, they're only separated by 7 points. So they have a very good chance. But you know, something in the office will happen, and it will affect those results, and they might end up finishing number 10. Well, I like whatever he's proposing, and I am up for SACCO because I know how SACCO can improve a team if it's properly managed. The SACCO will be a game changer, not only for FC Leopards, but you see other teams will start trying to get that model, and it can be successful.
Or corporate?
No, I'm talking about
he needs to
SACCO.
answer. He needs to answer, yes.
Where can I get an FC Leopards jersey? Because
now you're talking.
Okay, good.
Question. Now you're talking.
This question is twofold.
Yes.
Because jerseys from Kenyan teams are not easily accessible, and they are also expensive. When I go to the store, let's say in town, I will get an Arsenal jersey very easily for 1,500.
Yes.
But you don't expect me to walk from Kawangware to go to Upper Hill to go buy an FC Leopards jersey for 3,500. I mean, that's just too expensive. So that is where I think most teams in Kenya fail when it comes to merchandise. They're not taking advantage of the fans. They're not taking advantage of where how merchandising should be formulated. Anything around there has just been failure. So back to my question, where can I get an FC Leopards jersey if I don't go to Upper Hill?
I think Olympia, as you answer that question, talk about the chairmanship now, because Musa said something that AFC is 7 points from the league leaders, but something might happen in the office that affects the team. Now, if you are in charge of the office, what do you do different, including getting the jerseys and what are
I think, Mutiso, thank you very much for that question. Because even me, I'm not in office now, but I still ask, where can I get a jersey even in Kakamega? So it means the team doesn't have the rightful structure now, because if you have the rightful structure, you'll have at least people, you will have sell points in Kakamega, in Western, and you'll have a good marketing team, digital team, that will brand and say, we are launching our Nini, you are going to get our jersey in Kakamega in this shop, you're going to get them in Mombasa at this place and other things. So I think that one, you'll have to go to the office. You can get it at the office, but I'm not sure if you'll get also jersey there. So that's why we are saying we must be structured, we must be organized, and that's why we need a different model of management of AFC Leopards Football Club.
Yes. Thank you very much. So where do we get you in social media? Because we are now pressed for time. Your social media handles, where I'm sure you have a place where you've outlined your manifesto, whether it's a website or...
On Facebook. Yeah, you get me on Facebook.
Yes.
That's where I engage my fans.
Okay.
Yes.
Give me one promise that you have for the FC Leopards fans, if elected chairman.
If elected chairman, I'm telling AFC Leopards, we are going to change. Fans are going to have the best experience they've ever had. AFC Leopards is going to be a giant that was in Africa, because I knew AFC Leopards when it was playing continental football that time.
Yes.
So we are going to make that, and we are going to make sure that the team wins trophies, because that's the main issue of football. And for you to win trophies, you must have money, the rightful structures, fans must enjoy for you to win the trophies. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you very much, Olympia Muhanga Musonye. FC Leopard fans, mmesikiliza. Kazi kweli. But before we finish, I have to tell you about Bet Power, because Bet Power has launched the Aviator Jackpot, giving players a chance to win 1 million Kenyan shillings every week. And even better now, players can play the mega jackpot of 35 million Kenyan shillings by betting with as little as 1 shilling. And all you have to do is visit betpower.co.ke. That is betpawa.co.ke. Start playing, start winning. All right? And remember, betting is strictly for the 18 and above. and bet responsibly. Arocho, give me your red card in 30 seconds.
My red card once again goes to the security apparatus that goes to the stadiums in our country. You must arrest. When people create chaos in stadiums and all we do is throw in tear gas and scatter the fans, we are not really helping the game. I need to see somebody arrested, taken to court, prosecuted, and ultimately to committee, industrial area, prison, or wherever. We have, for us to stamp authority and make sure that hooliganism stops in this country, we must have examples. And examples can only be presented when they are taken through the court process. Arrest in stadiums.
Double K, your finishing remarks in 30 seconds.
Thank you for everyone who has watched. And we are looking forward to the Champions League midweek event. Of course, we all know that Arsenal is going to qualify. We need them to qualify so that they can meet Real Madrid or Atletico Madrid, which I believe their journey will come to an end. So we will see about that. Anyway, thank you so much for watching.
Kabisa, what is your 30 seconds?
I have two things to say. Yes. One, the federation should stamp its authority, just like Arocho was saying. They need to put proper guidelines and policies to tackle these things. What Mara Sugar, they invaded the pitch. We need to see something substantial coming out from that, because that was very wrong, because it goes ahead as inciting the others to get onto the pitch. Another thing, an advice for the chairmanship, whoever will win, if it's Musote or his competitors, just one. When you get to the chairmanship, give the CEO something competitive. The CEO slot should be competitive. It should not come from within. They should make it competitive so that they have a technocrat there who will take the team to the next level, who has no interests, vested interest in the team.
All right. Thank you very much, Mutiso. Na wale mko nyumbani pia, thank you very much for your feedback. Kuna watu wamesema let's be honest, Arsenal ishindi kitu this season. Okay, that is your honesty. It's clearly not Mutiso's honesty, because he thinks Arsenal will win the Champions League. Same as Shatter here. My punch for today goes out to every football fan that is not an Arsenal fan. We say you don't kick a man when he's down. Why are you attacking us? Why are you attacking us?
Because of your noise.
We are busy trying to catch Liverpool. You guys have left all the work for us, but now you've picked calculators for us. You're telling us we have 15 points behind Liverpool. Yes, we have a game in hand. Liverpool have taken the trophy, and you will not be in the parade to celebrate Liverpool when they win it. It will be their fans alone. You should be supporting us that are fighting at least to Spamisha Liverpool. League is Kaya Farmers League. Anyway, thank you very much for tuning in. Allow me now to enjoy the table and my cup here, because clearly my director has decided this is the only thing I get to enjoy here. Keep it TV47 as we agreed. All you have to do, ukigusa remote ni kuongeza sauti ya TV. Let's meet next week on Monday, same place, same time, to get your Monday Blitz more live.